Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to irondinos. Today we've got Games of Golf for you. Sudden Strike 4 European Battlefields Edition. I'm here with Shaun.
Yo!
And this was first released on the Xbox One, May 25th, 2018. Published by Kalypso Media and published by Kite Games. Have you played much of this one, dude?
I have not even downloaded it. Absolutely no offence to
I knew you hadn't.
absolutely no offence to the devs on this one, but you know, if you've been around the channel for a while, you know the RTS isn't my kind of thing. You probably know that war isn't really my kind of thing. So I figured I'd let Adam do the work and the talking on this, because all I'm going to say is I was kind of bored and then I got stuck and then I didn't play anymore because I wanted to continue playing this Castlevania Advance Collection I bought. So Adam, walk us through, matey, and I will ask pertinent questions as and when they come to mind.
No worries, no worries. So, I quite like this genre of game, but there are the odd few of them that doesn't quite ever hit the mark, and there's only one reason.
In Games of Gold.
Yeah, yeah, and there's only ever one reason, and it's a personal one. If the game doesn't draw me in, like I feel like I'm playing the game rather than watching the game, I'll get bored. I like a management sim. I like this genre as well. But when you're just managing and you're just watching, I get bored. Well, I have to feel involved. I suppose Age of Empires 2, as that's on our minds recently, because that's one of the videos. Go watch it, hint, hint. But yeah, like that one, you feel like you're involved. You feel like you're actually playing it. Whereas this, you feel like you give an instruction and then you just watch and let it play out. And yeah, I'm not really for that. So this is very much the beginning levels. I didn't show too far into it, although I did play well over an hour of it. But I didn't want to spoil it for anyone that wanted to play it. So this just gives you a general idea of what to expect. So this is just teaching you blow up some bridges. Basically. Now this actually, I've made it look like I got the hang of this quite easily, but as you could probably tell from the couple of cuts I just did there, I didn't. It was really quite difficult to get the hang of.
Infantry ready?
So if you look down at the bottom right hand corner there, it tells you all the buttons and stuff. And so to select a unit, you've got to press A, but then to command them to do something, you've got to press B. And for some reason that was really screwing with my head. I kept selecting the unit, going over to what I wanted to then select the area of to like make them move, and I'd hit A. And of course that deselects, and then so I'd have to go back, and you'll probably see it a couple of times in the video, and then I have to go back and reset. That's nothing against the game as such. I don't think that's more just me getting used to the controls. But yeah, I did find that slightly annoying.
I will say, I quite like the art style.
Yeah, it's quite pleasing.
I think obviously a lot of reused assets again and again and again, but I think for what it's trying to convey, it's quite pleasing. It's got a realistic edge without, while still looking very gamey, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. No, exactly what you're going with that. Yeah, I quite like the art style. It was one of the pleasing things about the game that I found.
Reporting for duty.
Very there's some scenes that are. I mean, I probably know about as much about the wars, any average person. And there's definitely some scenes that they've played out in this that are very realistic. I don't know how realistic and true to history they've made it.
He wants to take that plunger with him, doesn't he?
Well, that was like my question. You laid down this stuff to blow up the bridge, and you're leaving the plunger there. So for that, on the first one, I spent like 5 minutes probably trying to get the guy to blow it up, not realising that I had
It's just
to
a visual
like,
cue for you, the player.
yeah, exactly. It's just like I didn't no, get the guy away and then blow it up. I was like, oh right, okay, I'll move you. But it's because I saw the plunger there. I was like, oh well, surely he's got to take that with him.
I quite like the way they move.
Yeah, it's quite fun.
It's a decent pace because it doesn't feel slow, but there's clearly enough time that if you want to change your mind, you're not locked in.
Yeah.
And again, it's probably for what it is. It's probably quite a realistic movement pace.
Yeah,
based on the scaling we've got.
Yeah, 100%. There is. Now, this is where my personal dislike for this type of game comes in. So I do apologise, but between each section, so between the bridge bit that you saw just previous of blowing up the two bridges and this where it says to push into the town and take control of the town again, there was about 10 minutes. There's 10 minutes of setting up and moving the men, finding the other scattered men, getting them all together and setting it all up before you get into this bit. They're the bits I really get like drawn out. I understand, yes, you've got to do that, it's realistic, blah blah blah, and some people like that because it's the whole management thing, isn't it? It's the whole getting it together and like setting yourself up and like I get that, I really do, but they're the bits that draw me out and then I get bored. But that's just, as I say, that's just a personal thing. I won't mention it again. Yeah, so there's a few in-game cool mechanics here. So you can put your men inside buildings, like I've done on the corner there, and it gives them extra protection when fighting in battle and stuff. So that's quite a handy little thing if you're ever in a town.
Medic moving. Moving, sir.
I initially tried before this with a unit, not realising I could put them in buildings, even though it told me so. And they got totally wiped out. So I then guessed, okay, so obviously it hinted at that because it wanted you to do that. So okay, I'll do that. Oh yeah, right. Okay, there's classic moments. So that guy's run right into the middle of where they are. That's because I tried to select everyone and then went over to try and select that guy over there to kill him. Ended up clicking the ground, and because I'd only clicked one guy, he then went and ran into the middle of it. That's completely down to my inept ability to control this game so far. This is first impressions, so yeah. I haven't pre-played this, but you are seeing me learn on the spot. So yeah. And then I think everyone should recognise this type of beach, what they're aiming at. But yeah, so all your men are scattered, and you've got to get off the beach basically with as many men as possible.
Like a reverse Lemmings.
Yeah, yeah, kind of. I struggle to select whole groups of men until I found that. So you can highlight whole groups like that and then get them to move as one unit. That took me a while to find out. They didn't, as far as I know, they didn't show me that in the initial tutorial. They showed you to double click on a type of unit and it will highlight all the units of that one type.
Yeah.
and then you can move them where you want. But when you've got multiple, obviously you can't do that. So yeah, I found like you can highlight them like that. I have found, I don't show it, but I have found you can create your own sort of regiment setup. So you can sort of select a tank, you can select like gunners and then anti-tank men and make them as one unit, and then you can move those about. I found that out much later. So yeah, I apologise, I don't show that. But yeah, you can get around it fairly easily and highlight them all.
Shoot them.
But yeah, I say that you can put men into the tanks as well, and then other vehicles. There's repair vehicles as well. So if one of your tanks like breaks down,
Moving, sir.
like that, see the one on the beach there, that broke down. Like he needs some health, but I didn't have, as far as I know, I didn't have any repair trucks to go and repair him. This is where someone in the comments turns around and goes, yeah, there's a repair truck that you just highlighted, you need to go do that. Yeah, it's good. It's once I got my head around the whole A-B thing, it's fairly simple to control. To say the instructions are pretty much on the screen all the time down in the right hand corner there, so
Yeah.
no excuses really.
Yeah, even I might be able to play a little bit of it.
Yeah, all the sound the sound effects, as you guys can probably tell, is really good, really clear.
Is that along the bottom? Is that all your guys, or is that the enemy guys?
That's all. Yeah, that's all my guys. So every time I've highlighted,
So it shows the health of everyone you've got in your party, so to speak. That's cool.
yes, yeah, shows the ones that are injured as well and need help. And
Yeah.
you got little medic guys. You should really keep them safe, but I didn't do a too good job of that. They had a gun. I was like, go in and shoot someone. Like, come on, dude. But yeah, final thoughts, dude. I know you haven't played it much, but what do you think?
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Like I say, it's not my cup of tea as a game, but well, it looks pretty fun. I've enjoyed watching you play. How about you? Are you gonna go back to this one?
I might give it another go on the later missions, see if because the action did ramp up towards the end here, as you can tell. Like, there's more to do, more to manage, more to arrange, and now I've found out that you can sort of select your own units and your own regiments. Like, yeah, I love all that. So yeah, I'll probably go back in and play one more, see if I can see if it holds my attention. But if I get drawn out again, it's probably going to get the deletion, unfortunately.
I've got to be honest, that medals page there is pretty alluring. I kind of want to fill it out.
Yeah, right. The collector in you is like, I need to fill that out. Yeah, exactly. And then as far as I can tell, you get like a star rating as well. So I got 2, so that ain't too bad. But yeah, as far as the actual game though, it's a good game. It is a good game. The controls are self-explanatory, despite my difficulties. That's purely down to me as a player, really, unfortunately. But yeah, so the controls are good. The art style's good. It's a good game. It does get my thumbs up. So if you're interested, it is available to download with Games of Gold. We'll see you for the next one. See ya.
Bye bye.